So Ringside Collectibles just got in the brand new Defining Moments Ric Flair figure. And now, that's not a bad thing at all. It's a good thing. We're getting a new Defining Moments figure, which is pretty awesome. But while looking at this figure, I must ask myself, was Mattel drunk while making this figure? So this figure is supposed to represent Ric Flair's WrestleMania 24 retirement match attire, which is really awesome. We really needed a figure of that Ric Flair. I definitely agree it was a great choice to go with that. But let's take a look at the figure itself. Look at this ripped torso. I mean, let's take a look at Ric Flair from WrestleMania 24. Yeah, I'd say this wasn't the best torso choice Mattel could have done, right? So I understand, Mattel might not have a perfect body mold for Ric Flair from WrestleMania 24. And they probably won't need a body mold like that often, because let's face it, there are not many wrestlers around right now back in the day that had a similar looking body to this. But why would Mattel use this ripped torso? Because it doesn't represent the look Ric Flair had going at WrestleMania 24 at all. I mean, they could have gone with the Nikolai Volkov torso, which might be a bit too big, but it would still look so much closer to the original than this torso does. So this is like the Alberto Del Rio torso. You probably know how ripped Alberto Del Rio is, and that torso works pretty well for him. But it doesn't work for Ric Flair from WrestleMania 24, right? So Mattel has a lot of different torsos, and they decided to go with one of the most ripped torsos to recreate this Ric Flair from WrestleMania 24. Seriously, I have no idea why they would do that. Now let's move on to the actual outfit. Now you can see the RF there on his trunks, right? At WrestleMania 24, Ric Flair had the RF on his trunks, but on the opposite side. I wonder how something like that can actually happen, because I would assume you would look at the figure that you're going to produce and on your reference picture, and then you'll notice that you put the logo on the wrong side. But apparently nobody realized that, and the figure went into mass production. Then let's move down to the knee pads, because the knee pads are also inaccurate. So at WrestleMania 24, Ric Flair wore knee pads that were opened on the back, and what we're getting here is just the regular Randy Orton knee pads on that figure. If this was a basic, I would have understood this, to be honest, but this is a Defining Moments figure. This is their best figure on the market, their most expensive figure that they have on the market for $24.99 at a retail price. They should put the most effort into those figures, right? So the shade of blue doesn't look right to me at all, but I would say that's a pass. It's not that bad. It does look different on the actual WrestleMania 24 outfit, but I would say it's a pass. It's not that big of a deal. Now, what is a masterpiece on this figure is the rope, and it looks absolutely amazing in my opinion, and that is one of the coolest accessories that we have gotten lately from Mattel. And the figure obviously looks awesome with the rope on, which I think is a reason that a lot of collectors will still buy it, because they can display it with the rope and nobody will see the awful detail underneath the rope. So okay, Mattel did a really good job with that rope, and if it's on the figure, it looks really good. But why would they put the figure in the box and have the rope opened? So if they wanted, they could have hit all those flaws this figure has by just giving the figure the rope, close it, put it in the box, done thing. But what Mattel decided to do is to put the figure in the box with an opened rope. I mean, for the mock collectors, maybe it wouldn't have even bothered them at all, because they will never take the figure out of the box, so what is underneath the rope, they will never see. But Mattel decided to have the figure in the box with the rope opened. So you can see the awful torso choice, you can see the wrong knee pads, and you can see the RF logo on the wrong side. And now, like I said, the defining moments line is Mattel's elite line. It's the elite of Mattel figures. It's more important, more expensive than the actual elite line. So they are basically premium figures that are put out for adult collectors, recreating important WWE moments. And I just don't understand how they can mess up so much on one figure. I mean, they really describe the defining moments line as their premium line. You know what? We're going to open Amazon right now and look how they describe the WWE defining moments figures. So guys, I'm here at Amazon now, and I'm looking at the defining moments product description, and I'm just going to read it to you right now. Capture the explosive drama and unforgettable action of the WWE with figures in 6-inch superstar scale, featuring deluxe articulation, incredible lifelike detail, authentic ring attire, and accessories. I mean, that's totally a lie. It's not an authentic ring attire. It's something completely different. Everything is messed up. How can you call that an authentic ring attire? But there's actually also a true part about this description. So let's take a look at that. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Now it comes. Color and decorations may vary. And I think that pretty much describes this figure. Colors and decorations may vary, because they do vary from the actual look he had going at WrestleMania 24. I don't know why that actually bothered me that much, but I just had to talk about it, guys, because it's super annoying. The defining moments line has been so weak lately. And actually, this Ric Flair would have been something good, would have been something cool if they would have done it right. It wouldn't have cost them much more money to make this figure right. They just would have needed to pay attention to details, and this figure would have been awesome, would have been amazing. So our last hope for the defining moments line is Schinsky Nakamura to save it. He's the next defining moments coming after Ric Flair, so that should be an exciting release. I hope they don't mess up too much on this. It looked awesome at Ringside Fest, so I am definitely looking forward to seeing more pictures of that once it's done. I'm not hating on all Mattel figures. Actually, watch my Ringside Fest reactions. Watch my other Wrestling Figure Observer podcast. I praise a lot of their figures, but something like this with the Ric Flair is just not understandable to me. And I don't know, how can something like that happen to a huge company like Mattel is? Let me know what you think about that Ric Flair. Does it bother you as much as it does bother me? Let me know that in the comment section below. Let's get a discussion going in there about this figure. Are you going to buy it? Or are you just saying, fuck it, I'm not buying this. This is crap. What Mattel produced here, I'm not going to get it. I mean, it would probably look fantastic with the rope on display, and we have seen that in the pictures. It does look really good with the rope on, but everything underneath is a whole disaster, and I cannot understand it, seriously. So join the discussion in the comment section below. I'll make sure to reply to as many comments as possible, and thank you guys for watching this one. And I'll see you guys in the next one.